Media post, January 18, 2024. Title: The Reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Case, a Big Shame. The recent reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case from the Supreme Court back to the High Court in Abuja has sparked widespread outrage and raised concerns about the Nigerian judicial system. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Ipob, has been at the center of a contentious legal battle that has garnered international attention. This blog post aims to shed light on the events surrounding the case, including the Nigerian military's attempt to assassinate Kanu in 2017 and the extraordinary rendition that led to his return to Nigeria in 2021. The attempted assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In 2017, reports emerged detailing a shocking incident where the Nigerian military attempted to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, resulting in the deaths of more than 28 young Biafran youths. These claims are not mere allegations, but are supported by video evidence and real testimonies from eyewitnesses. The invasion of Kanu's home by the military sent shockwaves throughout the world and drew condemnation from various human rights organizations. Video evidence captured the harrowing scenes of the military's aggression, showcasing the excessive use of force and disregard for human rights. The testimonies of eyewitnesses further corroborated the brutality inflicted upon innocent young Biafran youths, whose only crime was their association with the Ipob movement. The attempted assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be dismissed as a fabrication or a mere rumor. It stands as a grave violation of human rights. Kanu's flight to safety. In the wake of the military invasion, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was forced to flee Nigeria for his own safety. Given the gravity of the situation and the imminent threat to his life, Kanu sought refuge abroad. His decision to leave Nigeria was not an act of cowardice, but rather a strategic move to protect himself and continue advocating for the cause he believed in, the independence of Biafra. International attention and support mounted as the news of the military's aggression spread. Many countries expressed their concern for Kanu's safety and condemned the Nigerian government's actions. Despite being compelled to leave his homeland, Kanu continued to advocate for self-determination and rallied support for the Biafran cause from his place of exile. Extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. In a shocking turn of events, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's exile came to an abrupt end in 2021 when he was kidnapped from Kenya back to Nigeria through an extraordinary rendition. The circumstances surrounding his kidnap and subsequent rendition have raised serious questions about the legality and ethics of such actions. International law prohibits governments from engaging in extraordinary renditions, which involve the extrajudicial transfer of individuals from one country to another without due process. The manner in which Kanu was apprehended and taken back to Nigeria calls into question the rule of law and the respect for human rights. The authenticity of the process remains a matter of contention, and it further highlights the need for a fair and transparent investigation into the circumstances surrounding his arrest. The shameful reversal of Kanu's case. The recent reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case from the Supreme Court back to the High Court in Abuja has left many people questioning the integrity of the Nigerian judicial system. This decision has not only raised concerns about the impartiality and fairness of the judiciary, but also reinforces the notion that political influence may be at play. The reversal of Kanu's case is a stark reminder of the challenges faced by those who dare to challenge the status quo and advocate for self-determination. It sends a discouraging message to citizens who seek justice and equality, as it undermines faith in the judicial process and suggests that some cases are subject to manipulation. The reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case from the Supreme Court back to the High Court in Abuja has ignited outrage and exposed the flaws within the Nigerian judicial system. The attempted assassination in 2017, Kanu's subsequent flight to safety, and the extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria have shed light on the challenges faced by those who advocate for self-determination. The reversal of Kanu's case is not just a matter of legal procedure, it represents a significant setback for justice and human rights in Nigeria. It serves as a reminder that the fight for justice and equality is an ongoing struggle, and the international community must remain vigilant in holding governments accountable for their actions. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must serve as a catalyst for change, urging a fair and transparent examination of the flaws within the Nigerian judicial system. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been marked by various human rights violations and a blatant disregard for the principles of justice. His struggles for the self-determination of the Biafra people and his calls for a separate state of Biafra have been met with harsh crackdowns and persecution from the Nigerian government. In 2017, the Nigerian military launched Operation Python Dance, a military operation aimed at quelling the activities of Ipob. During this operation, the military unlawfully raided Kanu's residence, resulting in the loss of lives and destruction of property. Kanu himself narrowly escaped death, but his whereabouts were unknown for the next 4 years until his extraordinary rendition to Nigeria in June 2021. The circumstances surrounding Kanu's kidnap and extradition have raised serious concerns about due process and the rule of law. The Nigerian government, with the assistance of international intelligence agencies, tracked Kanu down in a foreign country and forcefully returned him to Nigeria without following the appropriate legal procedures. This act not only violated international law, but also undermined the principles of justice and fairness. The initial handling of Kanu's case by the Abuja High Court was marred by numerous irregularities and violations of his fundamental rights. He was held in detention for an extended period without being granted bail, a clear violation of his rights to liberty and fair trial. Despite these violations, Kanu and his legal team persevered, challenging the legality of his arrest and detention. In a shocking turn of events, the Supreme Court of Nigeria recently reversed its decision to hear Kanu's case. Instead, it referred the case back to the Abuja High Court, where it had initially been fraught with irregularities. This decision has rightly been condemned as a travesty of justice and a denial of Kanu's right to a fair trial. The reversal of Kanu's case raises serious questions about the independence and integrity of Nigeria's judiciary. It undermines public confidence in the judicial system and gives the impression that political forces are interfering with the administration of justice. The international community has been watching closely, and the reversal of Kanu's case will only further erode Nigeria's reputation as a country committed to upholding the rule of law. The human rights abuses faced by Kanu and the broader issues of self-determination and referendum in Nigeria deserve serious attention and consideration. The solution to these issues lies in engaging in dialogue and addressing the root causes of discontent. Repressing dissent and denying individuals their fundamental rights will only serve to exacerbate tensions and prolong conflicts. It is crucial that organizations and individuals advocating for justice and human rights continue to shed light on Kanu's case and the wider issues facing Nigeria. Pressure should be exerted on the Nigerian government to ensure that Kanu receives a fair trial, devoid of any political interference, and in accordance with international standards of justice. The reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case from the Supreme Court to the Abuja High Court is a clear travesty of justice. It highlights the systemic issues within Nigeria's judicial system and underscores the need for transparency, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. The international community must continue to prioritize human rights and work towards ensuring that individuals like Kanu are treated fairly and granted the rights they deserve. The reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case from the Supreme Court to the Abuja High Court is not only a setback for justice, but also a reflection of the broader challenges faced by the Nigerian legal system. This decision calls into question the credibility and impartiality of the judiciary, as it appears to succumb to external pressures rather than upholding the rule of law. One of the key concerns surrounding Kanu's case is the violation of his basic human rights. As a Nigerian citizen, Kanu is entitled to a fair trial, which includes the right to be heard, the right to legal representation, and the right to a speedy trial. However, his prolonged detention without bail, the excessive use of force against him and his supporters, and the irregularities in the legal proceedings have all raised serious doubts about the fairness of the process. Moreover, the extraordinary rendition of Kanu back to Nigeria raises significant legal and ethical questions. The principle of non-refoulement, which prohibits the return of an individual to a country where they may face persecution or human rights abuses, has been violated. This act undermines the international legal framework and reflects a disregard for human rights obligations that Nigeria has signed up to. The Supreme Court's decision to reverse Kanu's case also undermines its own institutional authority. The highest court in the land is expected to provide final and binding decisions based on legal principles and evidence. However, this reversal sends a message that even the highest level of judicial authority in Nigeria can be influenced or manipulated for political purposes. This decision also has far-reaching implications for the wider issues of self-determination and referendum in Nigeria. The Biafran movement led by Kanu represents a deep-seated grievance among the Biafra people who feel marginalized and oppressed within the Nigerian state. It is the duty of the government to address these concerns through inclusive dialogue and political reforms, rather than resorting to repressive measures and denying people their right to express their opinions peacefully. The international community has a vital role to play in holding the Nigerian government accountable for its actions. Diplomatic pressure, engagement with human rights organizations, and raising awareness about Kanu's case will help shed light on the injustices being perpetrated and push for fairness and transparency in the legal process. It is essential to emphasize that justice should be blind. It should be administered without fear or favor, regardless of political or social standing. The reversal of Kanu's case is a concerning development that not only casts doubt on the integrity of the Nigerian judicial system, but also threatens the fundamental principles of justice and human rights. In conclusion, the reversal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case from the Supreme Court to the Abuja High Court is a matter of deep concern. It highlights the erosion of justice and fairness within the Nigerian legal system and raises questions about the authorities' commitment to upholding human rights. It is crucial for the international community to continue advocating for a fair trial for Kanu and to push for broader reforms to ensure that justice is served and human rights are protected for all Nigerians. Welcome to Ipob Rapture Media Post, January 18, 2024.